everybody, my name's Collin. I'm the COE, the Chief of Everything over here at New Scooters for Less. This is a company that I founded 11 years ago in May. Well, actually started in March of 2004, and I graduated from the University of Florida in May of 2004. In January of 2004, I was a lost college kid that had no idea what I was going to do with the rest of my life. But I became an entrepreneur, and I've started this business right here in Gainesville, Florida, and it's one of the most successful companies here, and it's one of the most successful dealerships in the country. And I've decided that, you know, there's a lot of you guys out there that give me a call and say, hey Collin, what types of things are you doing in your dealership? Mainly other dealerships that are kind of picking our brain on the processes and a lot of the different things that we do here. So here I am. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna tell you what we do, how we do it, and what makes us so successful. So let's do it. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about our story and like why we're here and why you guys should even give a crap about anything I'm saying. 11 years ago, started this dealership. I was a kid on the west. I actually used to live on 20th Avenue, which is on the west side of campus, and I used to go out to the bus, or go out to the bus stop in the morning, like all the other college kids, waiting to get on a bus to go to school. And then as the bus was driving down 20th Avenue, approaching my bus stop, I would get up off the bench, get ready to get on this bus, and then it would drive by with these big words across the top that said, full bus. And that happened over and over and over again, and it just used to drive me nuts. And it was just because they would start down at the mall. By the time they got through all the apartment complexes, it was full, and we were one of the last couple stops, and I just couldn't ever get to class. It used to drive me crazy. If I actually got on the bus, it's a completely different story because it was standing room only. If you know anything about standing out in Florida heat for 10 or 15 minutes, you know, get a little sweat patch. Casey's looking at me like, oh my God. Get a little sweat patch under their armpit there, having to hold the rails on the bus. Cute girl. Yeah. Not a good moment. 1 second. Nice. Say hi, Andrea.
Hi.
Video blog.
Hello.
That was definitely a good strategy to get in the video blog.
I know. I was just letting you know that I'm leaving. Goodbye. I'm coming back. But.
Oh, we'll miss you. Okay. So, yeah, you know, I basically said somebody's got to do something about this. And not only that, but the University of Florida was building on the only land that they have, and this is still the issue going on right now, and that's their parking lots. So they're eliminating parking lots to provide for more classrooms, more buildings, all these different things. You know, you could park a scooter and motorcycle on campus at the time, but there really wasn't much of it around. It was like $30 a semester. No, $30 a year to park a scooter on campus. Now it's up to $156 for a year to park a scooter on campus. That just kind of goes to show you the impact that we've had on Gainesville, on the University of Florida. There used to actually not even be scooter slots. There used to be like the hashed blocks at the end of the parking, you know, the normal car parking, those hashed blocks. There would be a sign in the middle that said scooter and motorcycle parking, and that was it. If you could cram your scooter and your motorcycle into that little hash block, then you were in the clear. The problem was, after we had actually started our business, started putting more scooters on the road, these blocks became super crammed with scooters, and if your scooter was in the middle, you were basically stuck. You were not getting your scooter out unless you moved about 10 to 20 other scooters. So now, because of the impact, because of the amount of scooters we sell, there have actually been scooter parking slots created all over campus. And yeah, and one of the things I really recall was, I remember when I got to 60 credits, that qualified me to get a commuter parking spot on campus. And as soon as I reached that 60 credit mark, they bumped it to 90. And then they bumped it to 120. So now, I don't know if this is still the case, but it used to be like, you know, you had to be a graduate student to park at the commuter lot on campus. Like, this is crazy. So the demand for parking on the University of Florida is so high, there's nowhere to park. Even if you get a parking spot, it doesn't guarantee you if you get a parking pass, it doesn't guarantee you a spot. And these were just things that I constantly see progressively getting worse. And so I made it my mission to help students get to and from class at their convenience without having to wait for the bus. And that was it. That was the mission. Like, let's do this. And scooters, it's the way to do that. Just to kind of show you how far we've come, even in the last few years. 2012, we had sold 434 scooters. 2013, we'd sold 517 scooters. And last year, 2014, we sold 613 scooters. Right now, we are on track to do well over 700 scooters this year. In fact, our goal is 800, which would be about 30% growth for this company. We were just recognized by the University of Florida as one of the top 100 businesses in the entire nation, top 100 growing businesses in the nation, led by a Florida Gator. That's me. I'm the Florida Gator. And yeah, I mean, we've gone from having a small team to a team of 22 people. We expect to have 25 to 30 employees by the end of the year. It freaking blows my mind that a scooter dealership would have that many employees. Because as far as I know, most of the other dealerships here in town have maybe 2 or 3 employees. It's not very much. And we control about 50% of this market. And I don't know, it's awesome to see how far we've come and all the different things that are taking place. I know the reasons we're successful, it's because of this team. This team is incredible, and all of that has really come down to the culture we've created, which revolves around these core values that we've created together. And the number one core value for this company is to create and recreate the ultimate customer experience, which is what we refer to as the UCE, and everything that we do is based on that UCE. And in this video blog, I'm going to tell you all the little things that we do to execute that UCE, that ultimate customer experience for our customers. So one of the things, we're talk about this, UCE, where did this come from? One of my biggest influences is Zappos. If you haven't read the book, Delivering Happiness, go and read it. It'll change your life forever. It's just an exciting story, and a lot of our influence as a company comes from companies like Zappos, companies like Johnny Cupcakes that deliver these, customer experiences. And I will get into details about some of the stuff that they do and maybe a future video blog. But I just get excited about blowing people's minds. I love people just, it's already good and it feels good to give to people. I'm very giving of my time, even within the community, to other entrepreneurs, to students, being a mentor, those types of things. Like, I love doing that. But when you can make a customer's experience, they come in and buy a scooter and it's just over the top and they just leave so excited, like it's one of the biggest, we try to make it like it's one of the biggest events of their lifetime. I often joke that this is like I'm like top 3 bucket list item, check off right here, getting a scooter. And we like to give it that kind of impact. So, that UCE, my parents, people always ask, like, was that always a part of my blood and who I was growing up? And, funny enough, like, looking back, it really was. I remember when I was in high school, I would go and babysit for people, and my mom really told me, hey, after you put the kids to bed and they're sleeping, like, clean up the house, clean up the toys that you guys pulled out, do the dishes, so that way when mom and dad come home, they're coming home to a nice clean house. They're not cleaning up after the mess that you and their kids made. And of course, that could always lead to a little bit of extra money. Mom and dad are like, oh, you also clean the house as well. So naturally, it was just kind of part of like what I did growing up, even in those little babysitting jobs, just kind of going that little extra, the little extra mile to to hopefully leave that impression. And so naturally it's just kind of part of who I am. This is why you should listen to me. One, for all those reasons that I've told you, we've had really, really solid growth over the last few years. We are a profitable company. I would say that we're probably one of the most profitable dealerships in the country. I've been told by the distributors that we represent, like Genuine, Bentelli, Wolf, we also sell Vespa, that we're among some of the top selling dealers in the country. Like, we move, like I said, we move hundreds and hundreds of units. We've actually had impact on some of what some of those distributors do. Those distributors ask us for feedback and we give it to them. We tell them the way they should be executing certain things and as the distributors, and they listen to us. I mean, for example, Genuine recently, in the last couple of years, did a 3-2-1 promotion. It was a 3-year warranty, 2-year roadside assistance, and a $100 credit towards your first service, or towards your service on Genuines within the first 6 months. Well, that promotion was created by this company, by the marketing team on this company. We gave them that idea, and they executed it nationwide. And those are some of the impacts that we've had on some of the distributors that we represent, and that's a good feeling. So that's the reason you should listen to us. But the biggest reason you should listen to us is because I promise, if you do a lot of things that I tell you and that we tell you as a team, you're going to be more profitable. Your company's going to grow, and you're going to be more successful. So, of course, a phone would ring and interrupt.
I have to take
Yeah, why don't you take that? Is that your boyfriend?
Yes.
Is it your lunch break?
Listen.
No, it's okay. We've established a culture where it's cool to take phone calls from your boyfriend at 11:30 in the middle of our video blog. So, this video is not for the person who is just interested in creating a business that floats along. I am not in business to just have this, revenue coming in. There's a lot of people out that go out and they start businesses, and they have no drive to grow their companies. They don't care if it grows 10% next year. They're happy with what that business brings in, and that's fine for them. But this video blog, all this stuff that we're going to be talking about, is not for you, because I'm interested in attracting scooter dealerships, because that is my expertise, that want to grow. But 2, this is going to be very relevant to retail, period. If you own a retail shop, I love retail. I mean, we can talk about merchandising, we can talk about social media, we can talk about all these different things that have made us so successful, and you can apply them in your business, and it'll make you more successful. But if if you're happy with where you're at, and maybe your passion is not business, it's just making enough money to go surfing because that's your passion, then good for you. But this is probably not the video blog for you. Here's a great example of something that we started doing this year. This is funny. You made this?
I made this.
So, we were talking about what Shannon does all day. Apparently she makes memes. But every 2 weeks, I invite the team. It's not required. I don't require any of my team to come, but we come meet at the shop on Friday at 8:30 a.m. We have Gulejo Coffee, of course, which is the other company that I own, and that I'm a partner in, I should say. And the team comes, and we talk. We just talk about whatever they want to talk about. Maybe it's their life, maybe it's business, maybe it's culture, maybe it's things that we're doing here. It's very good, by the way. So you're posting that up? Awesome. And so we just team build. We just learn more about each other. So that's pretty cool. So let me tell you guys a little bit about my leadership style real quick, because I think that's it's obviously important, as to it's what's created this very, I don't want to say laid back, but I'm a very laid back person. I give my team a lot of freedom. I'll say this, that I empower them to make decisions, and all of those decisions that they make, whether it's to help a customer, whether it's for the greater good of the company, whatever it is, it's based off a set of core values that we've created as a team. I believe that every business should have core values. We have 12 of them, and we can talk about those core values. Like I said, that first one is to create and recreate the ultimate customer experience. But yeah, we have these 12 core values that basically, they basically just help us make decisions for the company, and that goes, we hire by them, we fire by them, and I always tell my team, and this has given them a lot of confidence in their decision making. I tell them that if you make a decision based off those core values, you will never be fired, because you'll be making the right decision. Maybe it's not the exact decision that I would have made, but if they make a decision based on those core values, they'll be just fine. My leadership style is very servant leadership. I believe that yeah, of course, like I said, we got in business to help students get to and from class at their convenience without having to wait for a bus. I mean, that was like the original why, but I'm a strong believer that small business is a tool to serve others. That's your community, that's your region, that's your nation, that's the world. I'm not as concerned about money, even though I am a true believer that if you do what you love, the money will come. I am more concerned about the impact that we will have on the world. I focus on that, and that impact is really through the UCE. I tell my team that we are a customer service business that just happens to sell, service, and rent motor scooters. And with that kind of mentality, you know, if you have that mentality that you're there to create an experience for a customer, that customer service is the business, then the phone just comes in and distracts you while you're talking. No, but if you treat it like customer service is the business and everything else is just, you know, that's the tool, that's the avenue that you use to create that customer service experience, then it obviously shows you that that's where the value is for the customer, and that's where the impact will be. I want to make sure that this video blog is right for you, so I'm going to tell you what my passions are, and if you're passionate about any of the same stuff I'm passionate about, then you should totally, you know, tune into this full series of videos that we're going to do. I am obsessed, obviously, with customer service and customer experience. We're going to touch base on so many different things. Leadership, and of course culture. I mean, we're going to expose you guys to so much of what we do culturally, and everything from the scooter rides to, you know, how we establish core values to having a disco ball in your office and why that can be important. So those are some of the things that we're going to talk about, and those are my passions. But some of the other topics that we'll hit on through the course of this video blog are, you know, social media versus traditional advertising. So many people get social media wrong. They think it's about marketing their business. Oh, 20% off here, 20% off here. Like, nobody really gives a crap about that stuff. It's about building relationships with your customers. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about creating those ultimate customer experience moments, how to establish those core values, hiring processes, bringing the team together, dealing with unreasonable customers, and how to fire unreasonable customers. You know, not every single customer is going to be right for your dealership or for your retail business, and it's important to know how to remove a customer should you need to fire one. Restocking and stocking properly, you know, margins, and how to create more value in the price. This is something that we do really well here. It's not about just having the cheapest product in the market. You can't compete only on price. I'm sorry. For those dealerships that are out there that are selling the junk scooters solely competing on price, you're going to ultimately lose. You have to create value in the price. Give customers that reason to want to come buy from your dealership. And, you know, upselling and keeping your team motivated. You know, I get this all the time from other dealerships saying, you know, Collin, how do you keep a team of 22 people motivated to achieve that mission that you guys have of becoming the scooter capital of the world? And, you know, I will touch base on some of those topics and talk about ways to do that. Now, the way this will be a lot of fun is that if you guys, as dealerships, have questions, send them to me. Connect with me. You can find me. I have my personal website, which is collinaustin.com. It has all the links to, you know, my Twitter page and Instagram and all that kind of stuff. So follow me, connect with me, share your troubles, your experiences. Maybe we'll even somehow set up a couple Skype things or something and talk to some dealerships. This could get really interesting. This could become a lot of fun. So, but connect with me, talk with me, and Austin, you'll throw up all the Twitter stuff. Cool. So Austin's gonna throw up all that stuff, and yeah, guys, let's do this. Let's make the scooter industry better together. I'll see you later.